Hello, bonjour, bonsoir. Avan, ça dépend de qui joue, qui l'est. Je dis là, pour pas le regarder nous. Et c'est un plaisir pour nous l'avoir. Non, c'est frère Manuel. Et je dis c'est un plaisir pour nous gagner un gros monde, bel monde dans le cas là. La femme d'abord.
Most definitely.
Ma sister.
All right. Well, je me dis que moi content d'être que you guys invité moi après-midi. I'm happy to be at home.
Yeah,
Right?
yes.
Home.
Like,
So,
je sais avant.
you know, my brother, we go way back, so Noti Bojo merci pour ça. So I'm happy to be in it's a beautiful place and I'm so happy what you guys are doing. Ça m'a fait la peine, pile bonne bagay. So, moi content ça moi. Non, pas c'est, qu'est-ce qu'il a bon dire? I think que nous avons dans la même l'église, dans la même communauté pendant des temps et que notre travail pas vrai pour communauté haïtienne là, pour bon Dieu. So, je suis content de ce que je l'ai dans l'après-midi et que moi pas attendre pour me connaître qui ça nous parle parler et puis pour me attendre dans un mec qu'on est comme auditoire là et tout ça. So, on attend.
Ah ouais, mister.
Again, wow. Ça comme tu dis, every time she's around, she got me nervous. Because when she speak, you could tell like this whole thing's the superstar style. Encore nous dit, sister Nancy, bonsoir, nous apprécions que là, non mais c'est ça, je le mets encore, nous très très contents pour nous là après-midi, pour nous faire un petit débat. Nous pas contre ça qui va tomber, mais grand public qui va tomber.
Mais Jean le dit, son plaisir, non, pour là encore, je dis, pour nous faire un petit dialoguer, pour nous faire un petit parler des projets, nous, ou bien de ça, n'a fait pendant la journée, pour nous commencer, comment journée nous t'es, connaître le monde de une belle journée, même quand nous ensemble, comment journée nous t'es.
So j'allais le dire. So we on this, nous sommes dans la même plateforme. Depuis on a baptisé son gros événement grenier. Mais avec mariage, bon, puis important le mariage.
Oh, longtemps ça?
So nous dit bon Dieu merci pour ça parce que nous sommes là, ou t'es souki, ou t'es gagné, nous les sadafis, bon, nous sommes là, au service. Nous sommes passés bon temps ensemble. Et nous dit tout le monde qui était baptisé après-midi. Bienvenue. Right? Kingdom.
Yes.
Kingdom of God.
Has God welcomed them? We welcome them as well.
I think I was 19 years old, back in Florida, etc. So, je me songeais moment était solennel qui l'a été baptisé.
The 18 years old and about. So, no, yes. This November, I'm going to have 20 years.
It was like right before I get serious, getting ready to get married, really. I think it was that around that time frame because I remember I had just started dating my wife now, which is been over 25 years marriage. So it was I think it's a year before I get married. So I want to say well over 27 years of baptized.
J'aime dire là, il tombe belle variété il fait me songer. Il rappelle avec tout le monde, l'autre sous l'autre chita dans classe. Combien de temps de classe tu fait?
Bon, était bon moi, j'étais gagné à peu près, était cerveau dimanche, je ne sais pas exactement combien de classes, mais c'était cerveau dimanche de classe de baptême, il y aurait ça, côté que, pour nous introduire dans les, qui ça qui baptême, etc.
Comment tu fais?
Again, this guy trying to put me in a spot, It's like, hey, let me see if he remembers things. So, but, I think it was a good 2 months, 2 to 3 months. I think we did that before actually baptizing. It was a good 2 months. That I know for a fact. Yeah.
Nice, yeah.
On a noté bon bazem, c'est 2 ans.
2 ans?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
C'est 2 ans sur baptême.
Man, it has to be in Haiti, huh?
Yes, and
Bon, pendant parler de ça, moi, je songe que l'MTKT, disons, belle story, des fois, mes PC font recap, on peut songer. Parce que, quand il y a vraiment des fois qui passent dans la vie, ou passent avant, pas comprendre, mais quand on grandit, et puis qu'on a put the dot together, on dit, oh, c'est ça que fait-être bagarre passé. Qu'on a fait sens, right? So, moi, je songe que, t'es gon moun qui est supposé baptiser pas vrai dans l'église bon la kaino parce que Jean-Marie Désir dans ma 17 et moi songé que maman mon était pour le baptiser et puis mon maman était supposé à testify pour mon ou l'autre monde était supposé à testify pour mon mais l'autre monde n'a pas testify bien pour mon et puis il a annulé baptême.
Wow.
est-ce que ça va jam, you know, bon.
Mais c'est parce que ça fait me fait 2 ans.
Oh, okay.
Là, hier, pour mon décider à parler, pour moi, qui est-ce qu'il a posé voisinage, non? Parce que tout le monde a rapporté dans le cas, fille a rapporté, ça, on dit, oh, ça, c'est vagabond, ça, on y a là, il a campé battre moi, pour 1 an, pour suivre moi. Wow. Ça me fait 1 an, chita, attendre pour baptiser.
Wow.
My God.
But let me ask you this question, guys. I mean, and I understand that, and I understand the concept.
Yeah.
For when we testified for you, do you really think that should be something that should stop somebody from getting baptized?
No. Well, go ahead.
For me, no. Somebody, no.
Okay, get plusieurs volets la question. So here's the thing. The thing is, when someone accepts Jesus as their Lord and Savior, they are entering into a relationship with God, with Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. Même genre monde, ou monde, ou cotiser li, ou trouver monde ça te doit te tout défaut dans le monde entier. Pas vrai? Et que on monde ouais monde ça les même monde là, la cotiser monde là. C'est entre deux mondes ça. Pas oublier que monde ça te doit bon coutume par nous en tant que culture haïtienne nous gagne des mots nous pas oublier utiliser là, mais qui a décrit au monde qui a mené en vie plus ou moins que qui pas balancé. Okay? So et surtout dans la culture par nous, il y a des monde qui t'a vinn la cao, vinn parler pour petit tout, t'a dit monde ça arrêter quoi devant parce que nous pas gagner cause, nous pas prendre. Mais so qu'on y a imagine au monde ça, gon monde qui doit aimer monde ça et puis monde ça changer monde ça.
And then the more believers that strongly.
Et puis, on rencontre la monde ça après, on dit, waouh, est-ce que c'est monde ça me connaît depuis des années, d'accord?
Oui.
Ok? Ça veut dire que c'est même bataille là. Ça veut dire que pas de monde qui parfait. Tout le monde a une vie de mondaine, pas vrai? On vit de médiocre, pas vrai? So, quand il y a, là, on rencontre avec Jésus, qu'on y a échangé la vie, entrer dans une relation personnelle. C'est où qui connaît. Alors, pour moi, je pense que c'est moment ça qui peut déterminer le bagage. Est-ce que vraiment mon ça rencontre avec Jésus? Est-ce que vraiment mon ça commence en relation? Bien entendu, nous pas gagner option pour nous dire, pour nous access, pour nous dire que est-ce que c'est vrai, c'est pas vrai? C'est mon qui connaît.
Exactement. Et ça, c'est ça fait me poser question ça parce que moi I feel like I don't think if I decided to baptize, I don't think Emmanuel or anybody has the right to say to speak for me, say to give me the approval. You see what I mean? That's opinion, okay? Because I understand that's the way of doing things, and it's okay with me but opinion-wise, I think if somebody decided that's what they want to do, because yes, the person could live a crazy life. You're absolutely right. That can happen, but we never know. Because remember, we say God come for anybody at any time, right? What if that was that moment? Let's say, Emmanuel, for example, what if Emmanuel didn't get to live 2 years? What would happen then? Because of somebody else, they make him stop, correct? Yeah. And what happened if God decided to come for him early? Yeah. What would happen to him at that time? Yeah. Who would be responsible? Because he was so ready to go, but yet somebody say no.
Yeah. Il n'y a pas qui te venu déranger dans cette situation, c'est que il y a campé parce que dit au groupe petit monsieur cause de façon et puis pas dire pour que je campé non vinn connaître qui en campé parce que gon une jack qui lui dit madame and the wife was like tellement à l'aise avec lui dit vraiment non mais oui ça va camper la chose me dit non m'expliquer les gens lui dit mais OK la va essayer par là avec next time ça va faire on ça me là m'a parlé de l'évangile
aussi parce que maintenant même qu'à avant it was okay to go
non livre là non tout bagay comme si I was involved in everything at the church, you know, so vim c'est l'église là. Était mais lui-même living l'église mais pas tako like
gotcha.
Warehouse. On ça me là, même si la mène pas mal non mais nous des différents comportements dans l'église là, you know, n'a fait activité la jeunesse, notre activité but just stop.
Yeah, one thing that makes it different because you got a different roommate.
Yes.
Your roommate basically, they made a decision based on your roommate, not on you. You know, and it's sadly to say, I think ça somebody qui passe dans la communauté noire pile. Yes, you're right. Ça c'est la caméra my way, but this is not who I am.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Even my big brother, they can call my big brother. They have two big brothers, so they can call them. They ain't call one up, none of them. So they just call like just
People that see you in the outside, not people that actually know you.
Établi, vous comprenez que tu as pour essayer de bagay. Mais aussi bientôt, bon, nous avons dit que, bon, dans plus bagay que c'est fanatique. Mon yo agi pas
pas
fanatique.
fanatique. Yeah.
Yes.
Parce que, bon, moi, connais Alice, etc., me sentis bien, mon ça fait bien, etc., je choisis mon à partir de ça, mais non seulement pas parce que Saint-Esprit guide them, you know, to make the choice. And for ça, que tu poses une question earlier, il dit que, ouais, bah, tu m'as quitté Rivo pendant 2 ans, ça, qu'est-ce que tu as fait? But, you know, the greatest news ever is regardless, quand même, t'es arrivé, parce que c'est bon Dieu qui a contrôle, là.
Yeah,
Parce que the Bible said this, pas gen moun qui gen plan nan men yo qui pa passer pour bon Dieu, c'est bon Dieu qui gen feu vert là.
That's true.
Qui cap décider qui ça cap fait. Nous pensons que n'a manette, nous pensons que nous gen pouvoir, nous pas gen pouvoir vraiment. C'est-à-dire que côté baptisé le ça ou bien après ça, il pas retirer rien sur la relation avec ce bon Dieu.
Slowly. I can see the changing. I can see the change slowly. It's not happening fast.
100%.
But it is happening.
I don't know about that, but I feel like na communauté haïtienne nous still fait by
Pas fanatisme.
pas fanatisme.
Yeah.
I think that need to change.
Yeah. So also one thing I wanted to add with that is moi ka comprendre ki optique, dans ki condition tout, yo senti yo gen besoin pour yo prendre monopole pour yo manage qui est pas baptisé qui le peut baptiser parce que si yo ta quitté porte là ouvert pour tout le monde venir baptiser, il pas vraiment comme si on leçon si on monde vient baptiser puis dans quelques semaines on monde ça tourner back, vous comprenez? Il pas voyer une bonne leçon pour jeunes yo ka venir. Bon, le fait que pas communiquer ça, on pas connaît pour qui ça que prend de step.
I got that.
Tout ça qu'on faire comme si faut une structure, une discipline.
Nancy, we don't want to cut you off. But remember, first thing they did, they have a class. Yes. So you already have that structure. So, si vous avez that structure, vous faites suivre une classe. Then après ça, vous dites, moi pas baptiser because somebody else says so.
Absolutely.
That is, for me, why do you have the class then?
Absolument. Et nous, ça a été Haïti, bon, nous gagnons, bon, nous même si besoin de venir jeunes, nous comprenons, etc. Ici. So, nous connaissons que, comment le système là. Il y a un petit bac supposé des réformations, supposé fait, changement supposé fait. Et je pense que, bah, on était plus mal qu'avant que qu'on y a, mais.
Oh no, I believe that. I believe that.
From the Holy Spirit, or we integrate into I call it like, you know, nous pas vraiment comme si intégrer.
The Bible wasn't tell you how long you have to stay.
No.
Before the baptism.
As a matter of fact, the Bible said this. Au quoi
baptiser.
But this is by moyen because okay, so even Bible so you do aller faire des disciples baptême. So il pas do pendant la do ça do yo aller by mon 1 mois, 2 mois, 3 mois avant d'aller. Vous comprenez le concept où supposé faire un nombre de temps pour apprendre à garder d'abord. But limité de 5-6 mois, I don't know.
And that's why I say they're slowly changing, you know, because we did not, Nancy could tell you she didn't stay that long, and I didn't stay that long. It's only because that we was not in Haiti when that happened. Yeah, and Haiti got a whole different system, and I see that.
Yeah, they got stuff.
You know?
System.
Exactly.
Ça aller au-delà, way back, you know, colonisation. Ces gens qui ont été dans l'évangile là, et puis qu'on s'allait développer série de culture, de routine là, nous. Et puis, qui détruit que plus de produits, etc. So, avec un manque de connaissances, tout, manque de foi, etc.
Mais, you are, and 5 minutes côté,
parce que, dans point dire, nous avons une belle question, une question pour nous. Mais je dis là, non, c'est non chita, ce table là, nous possible avec Vitaev.
And then, Vita Health.
Voilà, l'autre semaine, nous disons, nous sommes venus dans le show, parce que on fait sexy, un petit café, comment on va là, café à chaque matin, madame m'a dit, on s'est fait du café.
Exactly. This coffee actually make you relax and actually go to sleep. For example, we get a café, ça le fait. It's actually help your brain function. Okay? So that is why we encourage you to put one café any type of movement, any type of activities, you want to drink that coffee because it help your brain.
I want that coffee.
Okay.
I like it.
You know? And hey, and I see this came in Vital Pro. No too busy protein na kono. One time I mean when you get something natural, this is vinitro. Salve element. Vinitro element say it travaille in the blood vessel. It open all your blood vessels, make your blood flow. And in every part of your body. And it's exactly même on Monsieur Léo Brel too, you're vraiment satisfied with it because the blood flow the way it's supposed to. And even the actually scientist behind it, the scientist that discovered this, he wrote a book that said no more heart attack. Because that alone make your blood pump normally so you don't have the clutter that could give you a blood heart attack. So that actually help anybody that have high blood pressure. It's definitely a good product to have.
Interesting.
Yeah,
good.
so I was like,
I need that one too.
N'a bien passé.
Indeed.
N'a salio, zami, n'a salio sur track là. So I was like, aller côté website là c'est Vitael. Global.
All right, let me start for you guys. Okay, it's shop.vitahealthglobal.com/JSJulme00, which is JSJULME00. So it's shop.vitahealthglobal.com/JSJULME00.
So yeah, ça la do and dans tout sens. Nous gain pour toute maladie, toute baïne. On va même là pas malade. Nous gain bail pour aider plus être en santé qui be vie en santé parce que de vous commencer pour l'âge dans pays na vivre là manger pas pas avec nous pour juste ça aider nous avancer avec santé
like they used to when you was young. So they slow down. So what Vital Health product does, it help those organs to do the same thing as when you were young, help your body heal itself. And that's the reason why a lot of people even diagnosed with cancer, diabetes, blood pressure, those products actually help.
So my question is, so I heard a lot about this so far, Vital Health. So where is this product came from? So
I'm glad you asked. This company originally built in Mexico. Okay? So which means that on one thing we do know, that country itself believe in nothing but natural product. So everything that actually build this is herbs. So it's like grass put into good use. Okay? So he's the kicker. While you're taking this product, you could take it with anything because what happened is it's like irreversible. It doesn't affect you in any kind of way but we do ask if you're pregnant, always consult with your doctor, of course. And before giving the kids, always consult with your doctors. But it's only because that is something that we have to say because you do know that natural product is actually natural.
Right.
Especially when you get the natural product. And it is made out of the company's originally made Mexico. The lab is in Mexico. The product actually been made in Mexico. And I had an opportunity to go to Mexico, see the whole process from the raw material to the lab that produced it to that package it. I mean, it was a great experience for me.
Wow, that's
Yes.
awesome. So, okay, so the purpose behind this is just to improving health,
And did.
right? So, and demographically, so this is for everyone.
Everybody.
Now, as far as I know, there's in everything that we do, because we are men making things.
Correct?
So we see the good positivity and so is there any side effects and anything that have been so far been known?
It's the beautiful things. Remember, we do natural part.
Natural products.
The fact you're dealing with natural, baby, there's
Right.
side effect is really,
Meaning, or perhaps,
I mean, it's very minimum. It's so minimum I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way.
So now, my biggest other question is this: in everything that we do, there's resources, and resources cost money.
It did.
So, what are we looking at here? Comment pour commencer? First of all, si mon time,
Great questions. What I tell people, there's several ways you could start consuming these products. Number one, you could even be a member. A member is just like a Sam's. Join the Sam's called $29, and you get to buy the product half off. Or you could even go to my website, okay? And then you shop from the website. Or you could become an agent like me and be able to sell the product as well. So, so this is the best things about this, though. What I like about this, because to even be an agent, like to be able to put yourself in a position to sell product, all you do is buy a package for yourself. Because that's what I did. When I first heard about this company, I wanted to make sure that what I'm hearing is the truth, because I consumed this product 2 months before I actually say, you know what, it's worth going to see what's going on. It's worth going to sell it. So what happened is, for example, when I started with this, and that's one of the things that we don't talk much about. This is right here is a Vitox. Okay, that thing's right there is clean your body, detox your body. Okay, just like Plutla. So that's what that does. That detox is clean you. It's like the lane that's full of debris or all kind of things. So what that does is it clean it. And once you clean it, then you start with the product. Because one of the things that drive me to it is because I had high blood pressure and diabetes. Okay? So I'm not scared to say I was on insulin every day. So now I start taking this product. I'm taking insulin once a day now. Once a week. Once a week.
Wow. Okay.
And then I dropped down the percentage I used to take. Okay.
Awesome.
My blood pressure is running I'm in the under 200.
Okay.
Versus before, even when I was taking the insulin, I was still above 200.
Well, we have a project together. So
And then?
the project starts now. So here's the thing, and I have all my weaknesses. Right? So my blood pressure is high right now, right? So I just came from the doctors just last week, and I have a very high blood pressure. This morning I checked it, the high. I'm like, okay, God, I don't know what's going on. I'm a teacher. I know that the kids, really get me going. School is closed, but blood pressure is still high. So anyway, so I know that met with you and you give me, this beautiful entrance. Now I know exactly what it does. I'm about to do just as you said, okay? Ma ba nou rendez-vous encore là parce que then I'm expecting, for this to...
Next time you see her, she gonna how that's go.
Right.
Moi,
Blood pressure gonna go down.
moi ça le fait moins et m'a continuer boire. But dit ça café non tellement boire la pile parce que fini qu'il a
And I want coffee
And
too.
here's what I say to people. I decided this year, I say, I'm going to make at least about $200 investment a month for me, for my body. And I advise everybody to do the same thing, because your body is what leads you to do anything else that you're doing in life. Because without your health, you can't do nothing. Okay? So we so quick, every month we're going to do tune-up in a vehicle. We're so quick to do to go to work every day, but the real vehicle that drives us to do all that is ourselves.
Right.
And most of the time we neglect ourselves.
Right.
We don't do what it needs to do. And this is the good thing. If you invest $200 a month in you, believe me, you'll be surprised what can you do.
Question is, I'm advocating for a category of people that may not be able to invest $200 a month. So what would you say? What would be a start point for them if someone not able to invest $200?
This is a great question, Nancy. If you did it once, the companies itself allow you to do that. For example, if I spend the money once, I don't have to keep making that money because the company does it for me. Because let's say this way right here, I bought products, right? I bought for me, and a lot of my friends are helping me out. They bought for me. With that same money, I can reinvest that money in bad products.
Regenerate that money. Okay.
Okay. So yes, you may say you don't have it, and I think if you don't have it, it's really the time to really say, you know what, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make that investment, because a lot of time the 200 that we scared to spend, that's the 200 that's gonna bring you 2 million, because that opportunity is there. One of the other things that I love about this company, it's a company that just started. It's only a year old in America, but 3 years in Mexico. And guess what? The company start opening all over the world right now. We just 2 months in Canada, getting ready to open Mexico. I'm sorry, not Mexico, Dominican Republic, Trinidad. You call it. It's in process to be opening. So why not position yourself?
That's good. How did you come across the products or the company?
It's great. It's a great friend. I guess most of my business life start with network marketing. A lot of people say they don't. A lot of people don't say they don't. They don't like it. I love it because most of my business life started with network marketing that lead me to even have a mechanic shop,
right,
a Western NDR, right, but all that started with network marketing.
Right.
You see? And then network marketing is always me. So a good friend of mine that I partnered with previously in a different company, come across this company, give me a call. And although, you know what, believe me, I say, you know, that was done. You know, something you started something, but I'm like, I'm gonna take a break from it. I'm not gonna go back to it no more. And I clearly said I was done with doing any type of network marketing. But when I come across this product, and that's the reason why it took me 2 months before I actually decided to start introducing to other people, because I wanted to see what that product does. Because a lot of company out there right now are telling people, come in, bring money, we're gonna invest money for you, and after a while, people are losing their money. Okay, and I'm looking at these 2 things about this. I'm like, okay, number one, I don't spend money. The money that I spend, I buy something that I could consume. So if for any reason this company shut down right now, I know that I come across a good product because it helped me out. You see what I mean? So that's why I'm saying, okay, because of that, now I could really introduce it to people. Because if you, Lindsay, decide to partner with me, you say, you know what? I'm going to buy a package for $329. But see, here's what's happening with that $329. You got product for the $329. And if you decide to sell that product, you will make at least $700. If you decide to consume the product, it's going to take care of your health. So either way you're looking at it, it is not a loss. It's a win situation. And then by you doing that and did what I did, and listen, I liked it so much for what he did for me, I'm going to take to Emmanuel. So when Emmanuel come on board now, yes, of course, they're going to give me incentive for Emmanuel because Emmanuel decided to join because of what it happened to me. With that same money now, I could go ahead and buy more product for me. So you see, I only have to spend the money once. That's it. I always say the number is much easier. That's my mission. One of my missions. I know no matter whatever that thing's our testimony. You see what I mean? Oh, but it's easier for people to get in touch with me with my phone number, right? Because you could get in touch with me at 470-588-1683. 470-588-1683. 470-588-1683. Alright, and you know, for most people qui habituent avec that 954 number never change. 954-812-7279. 954-812-7279. So you guys can reach me out if you have more questions or you wanted to know more information. How can you buy the product, or even how to become a member, or even how to become a business partner. Okay, it's all open because a business partner, it makes sense. I'm telling you, it makes sense to become a business partner because all it takes is $29.
So, pabliye relè et puis écrit, sous besoin de information, on va contacter nous, écrit nous par live là, après, you know, na pchita, na faut jeune contact là. So, mon deuxième, on question bien pour, si c'est l'autre parlé italien, ou te dit on question, ou te dit on bail na, qu'il chez nous. Na culture, na nos chiffres, bien nous mettons na façon par nous bien. Mka di nou fa fè pa nou ave. Nou certain ways. Eske, nou pense kil ti nou an tou li deranje nou par rapport avek de ou chrétien go certain ways you have to dress. Non se lò pou aller l'église, or wherever you go certain way, you have to dress. Your dress code. Takou, kon ya la, pom da vin la, avek kole nan koum, vest, bel chemise sou mwen, kon ya la pou moun ta kwe ke mson chrétien. Eske kil ti nou an pa permet li pa dérange, eske dérange nou bien, eske va dérange nou nan façon sa tout?
Well, it's a very deep question. I don't think this afternoon will be
enough, right?
To discuss, to distinguish this.
Yeah.
Anyway, however, I think that when we talk about like dressing code, you know, how we dress, we're talking about definitely about a cultural thing, multicultural thing perhaps. So, après, on en Afrique, Africain habillé façon pa yo, musulman habillé façon pa yo, etc., etc. So, us come from the Caribbean, merge within the, you know, the American state and stuff like that. So we have a way we dressed. So we go décalage, go gap within the expectation. Bon, nous pourrons narrow that down, parce que sinon, si nous parlons pas de dress code en général, trop vaste pour nous. We're going to narrow down to church, because we're a Christian. We have our platform is church. So, kounya, nous dit dans l'église que des trois coups différents couchements. Nous gagnons the elderly, you know, the seniors. Nous gagnons the moun ki nan mitan yo, c'est moi avant, et puis nous gagnons jeunes yo kap vini. Okay? So, yes, indeed, ou ka kote que moi-même, je n'ai pas de problème. Si on a petit moun mwen yo just levé et dit, bon, I'm just put a jean to go to church. I'm like, okay, fine. Okay? Mais perhaps si maman était vivant, maman t'a dit, oh non, non, le dress on. Okay? So, bon, je pense que c'est là le problème. Ils sont façon de, donc, ils sont de mentalité. Okay? Pour ça, c'est une, parce qu'il y a plusieurs catégories de problèmes, non? Sont question de mentalité, de, qui sont élevés, qui sont ouais, plus devant, qui ont une routine là, ok? Routine a créé un pattern, c'est ça, ouais, c'est ça, quoi. Ça crée des conflits, ça crée des problèmes. Parce qu'on y a une croyance ou pas voulez hold somebody back. On bagay. So, par exemple, quand un docteur pas qu'à fonctionner dans une regular clothes, non, m'a dit ça. Mais par contre, entrer dans le lab là, you have to have your scrub on.
Okay.
Because it's facilitate, you know, different things and so forth. The nurse has to have their clothes on. Right? Pas dit qu'on pas qu'à swimming avec un heavy suit. Ever you have to put your swimsuit on to make it flexible, right? So in the kitchen, if I want to cook, I'm surely not gonna wear my heels. Because I'm moving around, I'm gonna be in my flats and with that said, in life, get différents couches, get tout bagay mande en façon, vous comprenez? So de là, et gon dress code for church, vous comprenez? Parce que so if we're being invited toward the queen or the president, we're not gonna go into our, you know, joggings and stuff like that. We're gonna put something on, right? So c'est là m'chita, vous comprenez? So on temps pour chaque bagay. So yes, indeed. Si get 4 dimanche dans l'église, m'a dit que then if we're gonna get up in a PJ, you know, I'm not gonna say, okay, that is the norm. Go ahead and do it like that. However, si chaque dimanche m'habille bon dimanche m'a dit que, you know what, I don't feel like putting, which I feel, sometimes I'm feeling exactly like that. I don't feel like putting heels. I don't feel like putting all this crazy stuff on. Yeah. I'm just gonna chill, and I should be able to do that. Definitely. Without thinking that somebody gonna look at me certain type of way. Yeah. Without somebody gonna come, oh, Sister Nancy, are you okay today? I'm putting clothes on because I'm going to, you know, etc. So yeah, premièrement, on dit que, you know, we should follow. There's a routine, there's a culture that we are in. Sometimes we have to be careful how we bring the subjective ideas, and also at the same time.
Good. And that's great because I feel like, I mean, the question you focus this in church right now. We talking about more like, I'm guessing, am I talking about more like everyday life, right? Pretty much. Am I correct, Emmanuel? Is it just more Sundays like, or
let's say
okay,
all of them together? So
okay, all right. Because I mean, the way Nancy break down church, I think this is the best way. That's the way it should be. You're right, because I mean, if I'm a doctor, I'm going to perform surgery. I got to put my doctor and things in. And if you're going to go to church, you got to dress accordingly. And that's definitely make 100% sense. But, however, I think that doesn't, like if, for example, let's say Emmanuel is doing the show today and decides to wear a jacket or sweater. Yeah. I don't believe that fall in the categories where if he's not wearing suit and tie, he's not suit to do that what he's doing. He's not supposed to do what he's doing, because I feel like most people feel like, I think you gotta be comfortable in your way, especially serving God. I think God is a wonderful, wonderful God. I mean, that's why we can't compare God with anybody else, is because it's just, this man is just so wonderful. It's like, oh, we can't even begin to think like him, because if we were, I mean, if we come close, I don't think this world would not be the way it is. Right. Okay. But I truly believe, like say we're here today, the way we are. Some people have in mind that, and just because we're talking about the Bible, we're talking about God, we should be suited up.
I know.
So,
but however, this is what I think. I think that, because, you know, again, if I'm gonna go, I use a lot of an analogy sometimes to pass my point. Take him seriously. Yes. Well, even though that doesn't do the job, because we know, you know.
like I knew.
Des fois, nous pas besoin de voir mon du tout. Allez voir mon okay. So anyway, with that said, I don't think that wearing a suit to serve should be the main reason why I should accept you, to hear what you have to say, just because you're with suit or not. I don't think that should be the main reason, you know, valid reason why. Now, again, like I said, parce que nous grand pile bagay de yo, hein, moun yo ap essaye do elimination process. OK. OK, qui ça qui pas capable soin pour retirer yo, éliminer. Yo, aussi bien yo garder, yo prend yo visually, you utilise un système pour ka fait. That's not fair. That's not, because if we do that, we're going to bypass a good thing. We're going to miss out of something. However, I think that us that's been giving a gift to share and a gift to serve, sometime we're going to have to level up or down or somewhere in between pour nous ajuster nous à partir de ça the public is asking for, because we are here to serve, you know, and also to build, to teach, and to build. So therefore, no papkito. So you kind of you waving, you have to be flexible. So, but I think we're here to educate people that, you know, you need to know who you are. But what do you think? Have you for you have to bring your say, your own stamina, your own knowledge into it. But I think that where we stand, we're not gonna go filling the blank or lose ourselves into the whole crowd just parce que 10 moun mette jacket. Puis on dit on bagay, moi m'pa di rien parce que m'pa jacket moi.
But there's one thing that we need to be mindful of too, because God says, "I judge what's the inside."
Yeah.
I don't judge what's in the outside. I don't. People looking at you in the outside, I look at you in the inside. So we have to be mindful of that. You see what I mean? And I think a lot of times too, because we're so judgmental by looking in the outside, we keep scared a lot of people away.
Yeah, exactly. Again, like I said, because people sometimes you relate avec une expérience que tu fais avant et puis you keep.
And that's the reason I don't so much compare with the White House, or compare, because God already have a standard for us. God already say, "Come as you are." See, the White House doesn't tell me to come as I am, so the White House tell me I need to suit up. But see, God tell me, listen, I want you so bad, you come, and while you in there,
I'll make the change.
I'll make the change.
You
see what I mean? So he doesn't say that, and that's the reason why.
Need to.
Yeah. So, and that's the reason I believe we need to open up a bit. You see what I mean? Granted, I'm not saying that people should come in with their pants down the butt, or, you know what I mean? And you go represent God and your pants is below your knee. No, that's what you got to build. That's what you got. You know what I mean? I understand that, but I truly want us to be mindful of that. God say, "I judge from the inside, not the outside." So if somebody's willing or doing the work, I truly believe sometime, like by wearing that jacket and that headset that he got on, somebody might feel like, you know what, now I'm comfortable to go to church because I seen him. If he could do it that way and that's how I'm comfortable, I'm ready to go that way. And that's why I don't think we should be so much judgmental, especially as a Christian. I think that's one thing we need to understand. As a Christian, we should not be so much judgmental.
Oh, wait.
You know, dans mon vipam, qu'a dit, ça fait 3e fois, I've been judging for the way I dress, and I still move on. I still keep saying by the way, yes. It's not what you saying or what I dress or stuff like that gonna keep me down. Dans Colossiens 3, verset 12, dit, nous plus envie porter jugement sous sa moun gen sous lia, nous pas même prendre le soin, le temps pour nous tarder, ça qui sorti dans bouche moun nan az.
It's not your dress. It's basically, it's you. It is see, the moment, it doesn't matter. See, and I've been blessed. It doesn't matter how I dress up. When I go somewhere, people see me different. Because I act different. My action is different. Yeah. So it's not so much of the dress code. Now, of course, don't get me wrong. And like Lindsay would say, I'm very uncomfortable going to church without a suit. I'm one of that guys. You will not catch me. I mean, it's rare to catch me on a Sunday morning and not have a suit on. You see what I mean? But at the same token, I'm really open with somebody that come with a jean and a t-shirt. I'm okay with that because I feel, hey, that's them. You see what I mean?
Kilchi, quand on a vivre là avec culture haïtienne, nous levons nos culture haïtienne qui était peut-être plus français. So as of point they open, so gon gens ou dress, suit, whatever quand on aller, c'est you have to wear suit. Especially dans l'église, but na soit suivre culture américaine ou après
1 in a million, right? That's what you call 1 in a million.
Non oublier ça. So America, yes. M'a dit, America va changer.
But we're in a mixed culture.
Yes.
We gotta accept that.
So
We're in a mixed culture.
sometimes you have to,
Especially America.
Yeah.
It's a diversity country. Everybody's here.
yeah. M'tap tande on podcasting, on jeune tap di, yon a problem li te gen, c'est pour rad li tout. But, li di longtemps ça te kon ba problem. Mais yon nan bagay li ki fit better pour li, c'est parce que he got the youth. C'est dit, de côté, bon Dieu entre avem, because the way I address. Mais de côté, m'entre mal parler avec moun, because the way I dress. So that I'm not gonna change. C'était dit encore, regardez Simpson, je lui dis, bon Dieu change, pran, pas pour me changer de culture, mais c'est pour me changer ça qu'a fait en dedans. So, c'est comme si, m'pas pas changer moun nan parce que les gens abiye, même besoin changer qu'est moun nan, par rapport pour venir joindre bon Dieu. C'est ça, bon Dieu, relève pour me faire. Bon Dieu, pas relève, m'a dit, serviteur, faut changer, gens habillé, gens bail, mais bon Dieu, relève pour me faire moun ça, venir joindre, venir servir avec elle, il y a fait un gros travail. Mais, dans la communauté haïtienne, nous, des fois, nous plus focus sur ça. C'est, j'aime mon habillé, au lieu chercher qu'on ait ça, même là, nous connaissons, non. For me, it's not making sense.
Here's my opinion in the Haitian community. I think our Haitians slowly to change. We don't embrace change because we're stuck in the old way and not knowing that the world is changing. And instead of changing with it and keep it right, but we're scared of doing that.
For like un peu de bagay qui pour changer, we need to change. But a lot of stuff too, I think we still need to have.
Almost definitely. I would not change my Haitian culture for anything because I raised my kid that way. Sorry to say it, but I think this is the best things right now Haitian got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. So, here's the thing. And this is a really, like I said, a very sort of important topic, question. We're talking about changing. So, for me, first, I know you mentioned something like that. You cannot change anything if you don't know what you are changing.
Sure.
You got to know what are you changing. If you're changing something, you got to know why am I changing something. Is it that what I'm changing that's good for me? And if you're changing something, you have to replace it with something. So if all these factors is not, there's no, attribute, there's no coherency, no problem. Okay. Now, the biggest factor is this: if you don't know who you are, you would want to change. You will talk about changing, but you will not make changes effective. You gotta know who you are.
And did?
And that will call a lot of process itself. Who you are. We're talking about spending time with yourself. We're talking about being okay to be judged. That too, even though we don't like it. Being to assess and process. So we talk about spending time with ourselves. Talk about a lot of different things. That process of defining our true identity. Then because we have been exposed to something, I know I went through that process. So you can say, you know what? I've never liked gray, but chaque jour moi mettre un bagay gris. But I never like it. Now I have a voice because I know I don't like it. Hello, who doesn't like it? Me. Not you telling me I don't like it. Now me find out for myself, I don't like this. Therefore, I'm telling you I don't like this. Therefore, I'm going to change this. By the way, I found out I like red. Therefore, I'm going to retirer gray ça, mettre rouge dans plastic because I find out I don't like it. It's not you telling me, it's me. So therefore, we got to find through that as a nation because we have gone through so many different type of pose. And then, really, what do we like?
Yeah.
So let's go back to who introduced this first. Pour qui ça a été introduit? Nous utilisons ça pour un filtre. Pour qui ça nous utilisons? Qui effet que le fait pros and cons, good and bad. And then do we assess? This is where we judge. So we have to be okay for that. Then we're going to get to the point where, okay, we don't like this really.
No.
Now let's replace this with something else. This requires time, my friend. It's not something that can be done in the noise zone or just, it requires time and intentional time, intentional awareness, consciousness, motivation. So it requires all that. So that's what I'm thinking. Again, we have our children today. We don't want them to get up the way we have been.
No.
So we want them to know who they are. We want them to make decision because that's why. What do we do? Nous changer gens nous élever nous.
Oh yeah.
Please, come and think about the mom. You know, listen, I'm gonna talk to you. Can you listen to me? I don't like this.
I know that you're right, because I tell my daughter all the time, man. I tell my daughter that all the time, right? Now, when I speak to them, what's the reason? I'm like, when I was growing up, I didn't have to have a reason. And if my mom said no, my dad said no, no is no. Now I gotta give a reason why I said no. I mean, Trisha, I think it makes sense in a way because you do want that from them. But if you're looking at it,
but Sandra, what do we do? So let's just stay within that because we do it, but we don't pay attention that we are doing that because we want a better relationship with our children. Because we don't apply Air Force too.
Yeah, I have to give a reason.
But we know we can see what's going to happen.
Yeah,
I'm going disconnection.
Disconnection. Yeah.
Because it will resent us. We don't want that. So what do? We do a psychological pattern within us. Nous faisons vite. And we'll say, okay, you know what? Okay, now I'm listening. Our posture change.
And then
Our demeanor change. Our mindset change. And now we'll listen to them. Guess what happened? Nous pas deal, but nous faisons pile. Nous changer tout.
well, that must definitely.
Jamais de paraître sur la première fois nous te dire non. Tu vois pas ça deuxième fois.
Oh no. Oh no. Now if I'm going to my daughter and say I gotta change, if I'm saying no, my reason right behind it.
Well, okay, you know what? I'm about to talk to her now. So let me see. I have my why. I have this, my that. Okay, now I can go.
And then
So we calm
and
ourselves.
then
Yeah.
That approach, my friend, change our relationship with our children at home as Haitian. Because I remember my daughter said this to me, "Mommy, I got news for you. Listen, your mom raised you as such and such. Yes, indeed, I'm Haitian, but guess what? I am not a part of that culture the way you're telling me." That was a wake-up call for me. Yes, there's pros and cons to that. But that's a child that's going to wear the Haitian flag. I'm not going to listen, child. You were wearing my Haitian flag. So you can't tell me that you don't support my culture, but you're wearing my flag. Okay. But anyway, there was a truth to what she was saying.
that's true.
So what she's seeing, salte wear, manipulate back and so we have
I would still gotta mix it up a little bit though. I gotta tell you that. I still gotta mix it up.
pros and cons. But I think that if we approach our nations, each other, with the same mindset, calm, let's find out our true self together. First soloness, then together. Then we can move toward the next group. And we are, Jordan, unité, et puis l'union fait la force.
And I think the key to it, Nancy, it's when we change, we gotta make people think change is not always so bad. Because remember, God changed from Old Testament to the New Testament. So change comes from God. Whatever, I mean, say what you want. Change comes from God. So change is not always bad. Now, granted, and that's the same, if we go by the Bible, not everything in the Bible, even though God changed from the Old to the New, it still used some of the Old Testament because guess what? Some of the old thing that we have in Haiti, it's still great.
Oh yeah. Some stuff you cannot change.
And I want to say just, friendly, as far as the Bible, yet perhaps God did not change the old from old to new, but he kind of like
Combine.
Balance.
He bring it together. Combine.
Everybody can be accepted
Exactly.
without Kito Munde.
So let's and it's in a way we emerge. Emerge it. Let's wait. And that's how we could. I mean, that's a lot. And the same thing you were saying in our culture, that's what we did nowadays. And that's why you don't even realize that you are merging things without you even knowing with your kids. And that's when I say change. I mean, yeah, not drastically, but we are merging things because that's what we did.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. And we all people, we are humankind, always emerging, evolving.
And then
Reforming, upcoming, becoming. So there's no such thing as c'est pour ça maybe that's it.
No.
Maybe that's it.
But sadly, there are some people that are still that way, and that's what's holding a lot of people back. Or still people believe that they can be that way till today.
Yeah, so
It's what I say, it's done, There's no communication between it. And we're not in that world anymore.
No. It's a mentality qui est supposée changer. Yeah.
And I think ça tout can be Haiti back. And even
Conversation ça belle, on grand peu parler sur nous là pour parler de tout de ça qu'a fait, ça de fait, changement de fait dans la communauté noire, dans système nous pour nous porter solution. C'est pas seulement parler, but just how can we bring it better? How can we do it better? C'est là nous y nous connaissons les ap courir.
Là, nous arrivons.
Pas courir encore.
Au dernier avertissement lié la communauté noire et puisque nous vivons dans le pays, je connais que il a juste passé des lois, il était besoin de couper social sécurité, type
Food
food stamp, Medicaid. Il a approuvé, yes. Il a approuvé, nous connaissons ça pour déranger un peu la communauté noire, la communauté haïtienne, nous connaissons un peu nous qui utilisent tout ça. So, on va parler de grands gens qui prennent un petit bâton, et les gens qui ont full step, Medicaid qu'on a là, les petits gens qui vont aller tirer dans Medicaid, ils vont chercher. Si on va il n'y a pas même 9 pour payer là, pour aller pour assurance pour tout le monde. And assurance is shit. So, it's going to be like, at the moment, it's going to be a tough thing. We just want to let you know, guys, this is. Les passés, les votés, 215 à 214. So 215 vont voter pour changer. So c'est ça qui passé. So that change coming.
If you ask me, I think it's also a wake-up call. It's just saying that our community really need to learn how to stick together, how to help each other. If anything that we need to look forward to is how can we put together and what's happened doesn't affect us too badly. You see what I mean? Because I think we have the power to do that. But we just gotta learn how to work together.
Absolutely. So, of course, yes, we always find our not only motive but purpose on how we get our resources from the Bible. Par exemple, le bagay fait qu'on a été écrit déjà. C'est fait. Et moi toujours dit que le bagay pas venir better. We're gonna see more implementation of what's been said. Predestined to happen. So, therefore. Mais président non, c'est président non. Hey, il pas arrêter le constat de toujours comme ça. Vous comprenez so etc. So ça dit que quand il bagage que cap qui fait qui pas le fait, qui we kind of we drop the ball. Drop. So therefore preparation is always good. So your preparation you pick up where and you keep moving forward. So preparation mentally, physically, spiritually and financially. So that's something that we do need in our community. Mais bon, nous pensons que God, thank God, He's the one that say lui me cap prend sur le monde. Nous pensons que that become more attentive, more veatif. Qu'on a là où le monde où monde là pas demander même, so qu'a aider.
And then
I think it's time for right now, like, pour souder la communauté. Non seulement ça a passé, nous connaissons la communauté, nous, tout ça qui est pour TPS,
we're going through a lot. As Haitian, we're going through a lot. But here's one thing though that Mukadzi qui also fait nous souffrir people is to use the pride with too pride. I'm so proud. If something's going on with me, I'm scared to even mention it to Nancy. And even though Nancy will be able to help me, but I'm scared to do that.
Because you know why? Because nous pas relaté. C'est ça fait que c'est un bagage que les mandé pour porter pour nous poise. Poise, calmer nous. Parce que quand l'homme n'a pas qu'à relater avant, c'est ça, si mon ça que si mon yoga ça, si mon prend nous pour pigo hypocrite.
And it?
Dans l'église comme ça?
Yes, yes.
Si mon prend pour pigo hypocrite parce que yo pas qu'à relater avec nous vraiment. Parce que l'orage on l'autre façon dans caille et pour dire l'autre bagaille, they can't relate to you. So we cannot relate to our leaders. We cannot relate to our own country. Because we've been hearing something else, we're seeing something else.
Indeed.
So therefore, we need to break the ice. The ice of prideness, of pridefulness.
Where do we start?
We need to break it. We need to break it in Jesus' name.
Where do we start?
And that brings sincerity, honesty. And then this is the greatest position you can be in life. Local transparent.
Oh yeah.
And je te dis là, vulnerable. I think you're vulnerable when people hurt you, but you're vulnerable and people can receive you, can see through you. Someone can say, okay, can approach, can comprendre moi, etc. But if we just over here, we think that we are made or built like that. Regardez mon yo ka di me te fait tout comme ça.
Oui.
C'est un problème que les amis.
Un problème nous font, hein? Problème ici for it. Because them become vulnerable, instead of helping me, you destroy me.
Make you scared. So
it's like, what do we do from here? It's like, okay.
I try to see, like I said, nous là pour essayer comment nous capables discuter de ça qui a passé dans la société. How can we do it better and how can we come together to change that? Mais partical partical nous capable changer. C'est pas les bons parler. Dans dialogue tout ça va changer. C'est ça nous voulons faire et c'est dans ça notre travail avec force garde là avec pas oublier Vita.
Indeed.
Ça c'est je me dis non, si on n'a pas de même balier, so bah commencer par nos numéros de téléphone même pour commencer à relayer. Maybe next time give you my phone number to call if you need some because that's change. So besoin bon médicament pour mon
Okay. Nous qui supplement.
Ça nous changer la vie. Je me dis non ça là, mon partenaire là tellement bien avec best friend me lié naturel. C'est pas un capable gain
Side effects. There's no side effects on them, yes.
Pour yo, relé et ça d'accord
Okay,
numéro de téléphone là.
numéro de téléphone là encore c'est 470 588 16 83. 470 588 16 83 ou bien 954 812 72 79.
I was happy to have you with us. So hopefully, you know, so you do you.
Mama, she's home now, so
Yeah, she's
when you're working for la sorti.
Definitely. That shares you, so you're not going nowhere. So I already know, so you're not going nowhere. So man, me and her, I've been fighting with her since like 2012.
My God.
You see, that's somebody I really love, and the way the way she talk,
The flavor she brings.
yes, the passion she have, man. She's a blessing for us, man.
And you guys are mine too. So it's a not only privilege, like I said, I know your passion as well. I think it's a good thing. So when we know each other's passion, so we can dive into the same process, the same, work together. We can walk with the same vibe and stuff like that. So, and that's, so we go way back, church, youth, time. So I think it's a blessing, it's a blessing. And I'm always delighted to be here. Always delighted.
Definitely.
To be here.
Guys, let me say this before we go. Guys, do not take Sister Nancy for granted. If you seen her in the street, she's somebody you want to stop and talk with because she's a powerful young lady. She have a lot to give. And I appreciate her since the day that I met her. It's been years now. I can't remember how long, but it's been years. It's actually, I got to say, it's always been a blessing. And she's a young lady that I'm hoping and willing and to work with. And I'm glad that she's here. And we're going to do a lot of great things together. We're going to touch a lot of people together because we need her. She got so much to give to our community. And she's just in a position now, we're not going to let her go.
Like she already said when she started, she's home. So she's home, so she's going to be with us.
Yeah. But, I am so proud of my brothers here. I think one day that, when you guys are willing to give back to the society, as we talk about change, and I think people need to know where you guys came from so you can relate to you. Yeah. So you guys will know this is not just because you have the time to invest, you put all these things together. You have just a money passion that you want to be the young entrepreneur and doing this and that. So they need to know, the tick that started everything. And I think then there's a child at home, a young boy at home,
and then
that can becoming the next Emmanuel, that's becoming the next, Sadrach and so forth. You know what? Yes. Because now we have Martin Luther King, we have all these other great people, and give props to them, kudos to them. But we have young Martin Luther King still living today. And, and I think this is where we take a pause and you don't take yourself for granted and you share so people can relate. So the transformation can start because people can see it. Because, again, the best is still yet to come.
You just started.
Amen to that?
Yeah, and I'm going to say something about my brother. He's not here. He got an emergency, but Mr. Aka Blanc.
Yes, Brother Aka. Yeah, that's one of our crew. One of our crew.
So, Bable, you're gonna be mad if you don't say hi. So hi.
Hi,
We're waiting for you next time, okay?
We miss you there, here.
Guys,
she miss you, I don't miss you.
Now, big shout out to you, Akaba. We miss you for sure. For pour moun kap gade nou, we definitely, while you're watching the videos, leave a comment, and share the video, because we want to know what we're doing is reaching some people. And if we're doing it for you, we want to know that you receive it. So send a feedback. Let us know what you think. We're open for ideas always, because we know we need a lot on the community to make the community work. So I appreciate you guys, and you guys are the reason why we're doing this. So thank you guys for watching us.
Yeah, stay blessed, guys. You're part of the family, because we are the family. So like I said, it's like, okay, we're gonna do this. We start that, and we got so many stuff.
Man, if we're gonna leave that for another day, because if we start this today, we'll never go home. This is not gonna go home.
So this was predestined, and I want to leave with this. So really want to, the way God has encouraged me, and we have encouraging each other, I want to encourage you tonight. So in everything, commend your way to God. Okay, so He will guide your pathway and commend your way. So the reason why this is very important to me, I don't want to, like I said, it's time to go, but we need that guidance. Because of guidance, nous perdons plus de temps.
Yes.
Parce que pas de monde qui te vision. So first you commend your way to God. Give it to God. Guess what God gonna do with it? God going to appointed someone that, because God knows you. So that's why it's important for you to seek God first and commend your way to God so He can do the job for you. So for us, because we are being pruned, guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna look. We're gonna be very attentive. Qui est-ce qui besoin push? Move this way. Because the way I spend time, wasting time, you don't have to waste time.
No.
Let's keep moving, because we got some way to go. Definitely. Again, it was nice to be with you this afternoon. Until next time.
Until next time.
See you next time, guys. Thank you.